Hey everyone. Okay, quick update on the Craftsman racer. No, I have not abandoned this project. I've been waiting on parts. Some parts from Amazon, some parts from eBay. First off, the parts from Amazon, and here they are. This is a VW fuel pressure regulator and the appropriate fittings to connect it. Thanks to a RedneckComputerGeek video, and thank you to him for also posting the link in his description like he always does. I was able to get a fuel pressure regulator and the appropriate attachment fittings. And the T-fitting that returns fuel back to the tank. And that's just hose clamps. But he did a similar conversion on a Craftsman tractor that had the vacuum pump, and he put an electric pump on it. He was having the same issue I was having, where the fuel pump was too powerful for the needle and seat and kept on flooding the engine. And he came up with a way to return the fuel back to the tank, and he did his update video. So I'm putting the same setup that he had on his tractor on this tractor. Also, I will post a link in my description below to where you guys can get these parts. The couple parts he did show on his video or in his description that I did not need to get: the fuel pump, the fuel tank grommet, and the little T-fitting. I already had that, luckily, so I'm good to go on that. The parts that I'm waiting on the fuel pressure regulator bracket, and I'm also waiting on a fuse block. I should have ordered the fuse block from Amazon, but I ordered it from eBay. Both parts are coming from eBay, the regulator bracket and the fuse block. I could have got the regulator bracket from Amazon, but it was actually a lot more expensive from Amazon for shipping. From eBay, the shipping was well over half the price. So it does sometimes pay to shop around, go between Amazon and eBay and see what's cheaper, and in this case here, eBay was definitely cheaper. So there's where we're at on this project right now. There's a few more things I gotta do to the steering to get that out of the way and get that done. I had picked up some parts from Princess Auto a few weeks ago. I want to do a video on those shortly, and thinking about if I should run these parts or should I run more of a stock setup. I just want to get a second opinion on that setup, because I can still return the parts and get my money back, which is good. And I still have all the stock steering parts right there. The original one that was on here was already lengthened, but something RedneckComputerGeek also pointed out, it needs to be modified, because the second gen bracket is different from the first gen bracket, to where it mounts to where your steering arm mounts to your steering box, which I already knew from the get-go anyways. But there's where we're at right now. Still waiting on 2 parts, but I can start working on more of the fabrication for the second gen steering, and leave the fuel system for later on when I get the rest of the parts in, which should be another week or so. And then when I get the fuse block in, I can finally start doing the wiring on this machine, because the engine side wiring has been removed. I left obviously the wires coming out of the engine and the clips, and everything else has been cut. The wiring going to the back of this machine has also been cut and needs to be all reattached. Actually, I'm not going to reattach it. What I'm going to do is run all new lines. I'm putting in the more newer style ignition system on this. I'm already running a newer style starter, which may or may not stay. I'm not sure about that yet. That starter is giving me some issues, so I might end up putting the starter solenoid back in underneath the frame. Sorry, on the underneath the dash. But we'll decide that when the time comes. But finally got some parts, and unfortunately I can't really do much with them because they're the wrong parts. They're not the wrong parts, they're the wrong parts that I need at this state in my project. Also, the weather isn't supposed to be good this weekend, so it's looking like another wash on this project for this weekend as well. But we'll have to wait and see. So I'll talk to them later. Please keep redneck like always, and please comment.